Hello, students. It's CNC Education Consult, and we use this opportunity to welcome all of you to the Everyday Student Podcast, available on YouTube, CNC Edu Consult TV GH1, and Gloricom Lihona Teens TV. And today we are looking at episode 13. The topic is self discovery. Self discovery. I mean, as humans, has there been a time you sit down to ask yourself the question, who am I? Has there been that time that time in your life where you decided to sit down, contemplate, and ask yourself, who am I? The answers to this question should be between you and then it should be between you and answer the question yourselves. And if you haven't done this, then it is very important to note that as a progressive human being, there should be that time where you sit and ask yourself this question: who am I? Who am I, in a sense that you need to really understand and know your self identity. And in the quest of doing this, you try to find out whether you are living your true self or you are living according to societal expectations. So today, that is the topic I want us to look at. And then those within the sound of my voice, I believe you will listen carefully and then see the importance of self-discovery. So before we dive deeper into the topic self-discovery, can we use a time or a little time to look at other words that mean the same as self discovery? What are some other words that, when we use those words, they mean the same as self discovery? Yes, so we have self awareness. Self awareness is one. We have soul searching, another word, soul searching. And we also have self exploration. Self exploration. And last but not the least, we have what we call introspection. Introspection. So these are the words that mean the same as self discovery. We have self awareness, we have self exploration, we have soul searching, and then we have introspection. So these are words that mean the same. I mean, initially, I asked whether you've taken time to ask yourself the question, who am I? So the who am I comes to answer all questions about your true identity. So when we talk of self discovery, it means a process where you know or you try to know your real self, or what we call your true identity, your true self or your true identity. A process where you know your true self or your true identity. That is what we call self discovery. It is very important because what do we see these days? These days, we see people living fake life. Fake life in a sense that their existence is defined by what others see or say about them, or what others determine. So more like societal expectation. This is how the world wants me to be. This is how someone wants me to be, or this is how someone feels I am and I need to be. So people are trying to escape from their true identity and then living lives based on societal expectation, or based on the determination of society, or how the society wants you to be. That is the life many of us are living today. And the Everyday Student Podcast, this episode 13, is teaching us or letting you all know that it's very important to do what we call self-discovery. Because when you discover and know your true self, you know your true self, your true identity, it is easy for you to navigate this life and getting a whole lot out of this life, because you know who really you are. But when you live in the shoes of others, or when you live a life that others determine for you. It's very difficult. So imagine you have come to this life to spend, let's say, 75 years. So 75 years, you spent it living the life others determine for you. It's very painful. It is very painful. You need to sit down as a student, as an individual, as humans, progressive humans that we are, to take that introspection. Ask yourself this question: who am I? And the who am I falls part of the self discovery. The moment you ask yourself, who am I? That means you have a headway. You want to find out, you want to know who really you are. And in the quest of knowing who really you are, you come to realize that there are certain elements or there are certain aspects of your life that you've been living based on what people think, feel, or say. So it is very important to do what we call the self uh, discovery. Now let's look at the elements of self discovery. The element of self discovery, or when you do that self discovery, when you try to find out who really you are, your self identity, what are some of the things you look out for, or what are some of the things you come to realize when you do this self discovery? So, first of all, your passion, your passion. So, in self discovery, you get to find out your passion. Your passion is what you love doing, what gets you going. What are you always seeing happy about, and what are you always seeing doing? That is your passion. So, in my previous or in our previous episode, under self actualization, we we spoke about passion, what you enjoy doing. Some are good at drawing. Some are always singing, dancing. Some are always drawing. Writing poems and the likes. So this is your passion. This is what moves you. This is what you enjoy doing. So when you do the self-discovery, you come to realize the things that help you, the things that you enjoy doing, or your interests. And getting to know your interests will help you to know the right channel to take so that you can grow up and then achieve all your full potentials. Now, I know students, on your report cards, there's a column that states interest. Now, after examination and all your marks are recorded, it is the teacher's duty to write the interest of each individual in class. And most times under interest, we see reading, singing, always calm, and a whole lot. Yes, this is what your teacher has observed about you. Even though some of these interests may not be really you. I always say that nobody knows you better than yourself. You know yourself better. So when you discover yourself, you will know whether what the teacher has written under interest, it's really you. That is why some of those report cards come home and parents tend to say, some of them tend to say, oh, this teacher doesn't really know my child. Because your parents also know you. They know what you are capable of doing. They have watched you. They always groom you. And under the interest, they will be able to align to see whether what the teacher has said is true or false about you. It is very important that you discover yourself to know your passion and what you love doing. Now, another element of discovery is core core values. Your core values. What are some of the things that matters to you? What are the most important aspects of life or things around you? What actions uh-huh, matters to you? There are some who love to go to certain places. There are some who love to take part in certain things. So your core values and the self-discovery, you are able to know those core values or the things that matters to you. It is very important. The next element we have there is your strengths and your weaknesses. In self-discovery, you get to know what you are powerful at, what you are good at, and what you are not good at. Knowing what you are good at helps you to move ahead. Knowing what you are not good at helps you to seek help. So when you know that, oh, in school as a student, I'm good at certain subjects, then those subjects become your strength. Or I am good at certain abilities. So those abilities become your strength. I am not good at these abilities. I am not good at these. So the ones you are not good at, then you seek help. For instance, in school, if you are good at maths, then that means you must, yeah, it helps you to really forge ahead to be the best in maths. But if you are not good at, let's say, science, then it means you have to start early to seek help so that you can become better in maths as well. So your self-discovery helps you to know your strength and your weaknesses, or what we call your S and W. Your S and W. S for strength, W for weaknesses. So the strength helps you to keep going. The weaknesses help you to do what? To seek help. And that is very important. Then your self-discovery also helps you to know your motivations. And when we talk of motivations, what are some of the things that inspire you? For me as an individual, I get inspiration from a whole lot of things, but there are some that I can talk about. I am inspired when I hear or when I see people do things I cannot do. I am inspired when I see or hear people say or do things I cannot do. So that inspires me. That inspires me. Maybe your inspiration could be uh, public speaking. You get inspired when you see someone being able to speak in public. Someone's inspiration could be a person who can actually write well, or who can actually do something that he or she cannot do. So what motivates you? Your motivation is also one of the elements of self-discovery. Then we have your emotions, your feelings. So your self-discovery helps you to know how you feel. So your feelings helps you to know how to relate with others. Uh-huh. So you are able to relate with others based on your feelings. If you don't do this self-discovery, you just be in the world and be doing anything at any time, and that wouldn't order well for you. Then last but not the least, self-discovery also helps you to know your boundaries, to know your limitations. To what extent can you go, and to what extent can you not go? The same applies to those who relate with you. What are their boundaries? So you are able to communicate your dislikes. Your dislikes. So those who relate with you are able to listen carefully and then know how to relate with you, because you are able to communicate your boundaries. You let people know, to this extent I can't go. To this extent I'm not interested. To this extent is what I'm interested in. So all these put together becomes the element of self-discovery. We encourage you as students to always implement these principles because they are very important. Self-discovery is very important, not only to students, but to us all. All the time, let us ask ourselves who really we are and live the life that we are or we ought to live, and not what others uh, or what society demands us to do or live. Because when you keep living societal expectations, you become unreal or you become fake. We wish you all the best. CNC Education Consult. Parents, we encourage you to help your children subscribe to our channels, CNC Edu Consult TVGH1 and Glorycom Lihona Teens TV. We are available on Facebook, CNC Education Consult, CNC Education Consult.Ghana, tomorrow today edu.consult. On TikTok, we are there at CNC Education Consult. On Instagram, info at CNC Edu Consult GH. And then on YouTube, I've already stated that one, CNC Edu Consult TVGH1. You want to reach out to us for all educational programs. We offer them at CNC Education Consult. Get to us on +233 540 230 709. +233 540 230-709. CNC Education Consult. Tomorrow begins today and now. Bye bye.